I had to click a button.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe hopefully a couple people will come hang, but it's also Labor Day weekend, which I didn't think about, but a lot of people I do know go out of town and stuff. So hopefully a couple people. Oh,
we're live.
It's also Labor Day weekend, which I didn't think.
Oh, that scared me for a second.
I
was like, where's Ashley's voice?
Like, not
her lips are not moving.
Oh well.
Okay. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay.
Okay. Forewarning, y'all. So we actually don't know if Stacy's going to join us because her computer's broken. She's, I think, in the process of fixing it. So hopefully she can join in a little bit if she can.
Hey, Audrey. Someone just, this other girl named Audrey is up. She's like, Audrey, hello. Good. Good.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, my dogs are real loud.
They just want to participate.
Oh, wait, my parents are home. Let me shut my door.
Oh, you're good. How's your day, Jen? Have you done anything fun?
I went into the city today to get some groceries. And I went to Indigo and bought books. So
that's fun.
Yep.
It's a mood.
Fun. Oh yeah.
What about you?
I didn't do too much. I just did like adulting. I feel like I cleaned my house because it had been a few weeks. I was out of town last weekend, so that means like nothing got done. But
that makes sense, yeah.
I did that and then went to grocery shopping in Target, which is my favorite place. So.
I love Target. We don't have Targets in Canada, and it makes me so sad. We did for a little bit, but even when we had them, they just sucked. And I was like, we need to go to the States to Target.
I hate that for you. Like, makes my heart sad.
I'm so sad.
Although it would make my bank account a lot happier if I'm being honest.
Yes.
What'd you do, Avery? Anything fun today?
Today is the 24-hour Smutathon, so I've been reading a romance book.
I know.
Nice.
I love the Smutathon. I'm so bad at readathons. Once I commit, I just never can do it. So I just didn't. But I think
the trick is committing the day before, and then just like, okay, and then you just do it.
That's a good idea.
I did that with the Newt's readathon that is hosted by Book Roast.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided like the day before it started to participate. That is a month-long readathon, and there is so much planning that goes into that. I panic planned when I got home that night.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't plan on any of these books. I was like, you know what? It's on my Kindle. Just read it now. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just reading short books. I've completed one book so far today, so I think that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. For 24-hour ones, do you like stay up late or do you just kind of like still sleep and then just read?
I cannot stay up for 24 hours.
No.
Heck to the no.
I think the last time I stayed up like without sleeping for 24 hours was when I was like 11. I was like, I'm gonna try, and I was with my friend and we were doing a sleepover and we tried. I think I got like 30 minutes of sleep. It was great.
That's awesome.
I can't though. Sleep is too important.
Because I could not do that because yesterday was a jam-packed day. I woke up at 7:30 to be at class from 9:30 to 11:30. I worked until 5 o'clock, and then I babysat 4 kids next door under the age of 5 till 10:30. So you best believe I was asleep before midnight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, kids drain you of all your energy. So
I swear, it's like I love my job, but when I get home, like I am so mentally exhausted. I just sit in silence for like at least 10 minutes just to like.
I think kids can do that too.
Yeah, I know. I even when I was in college and stuff, I never stayed up like late, but not like overnight studying. So I don't know how.
No, I've never pulled an all-nighter.
My brain doesn't work past a certain hour anyway, so it's kind of fruitless, It's like
I'm more of a night owl than I am like a morning person, so I can stay up pretty late. It's just getting up early sucks.
Yeah.
So whenever I do the 24-hour readathons, I'm always like, oh, I can stay up till like 1:30 in the morning, and then I don't wake up till like
Exactly.
11. And I'm like, well, that ruined that.
I've had to wake up because my first week of like real classes started, and Tuesday and Thursday I have to wake up 5:30 every morning to get to class by 7:30. And
That's
like
rough.
I was darn tired, so I didn't wake up till like 10 o'clock today.
Yeah, I slept in. It was glorious. It was like 9 something, I think, but it was great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Do we want to do our currently reading and high and low of the month?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
You want to go first, Avery?
Sure. Okay.
You're drinking water.
Okay. So as I said before, I am doing the 24-hour Smith-a-thon. So I've already completed one book today. I finished an audiobook because it's a 5-hour audiobook, and I listen to that 2 times speed. So got it quick, done. And I'm currently reading on my Kindle. I forgot the name of it. It is called The Year We Fell Down by Serena Bowen.
I love that book.
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah, it's cute, isn't it?
It was on my TBR shelf, and I found it on Kindle. So but I
Yeah.
had to add it for some reason. I'm pretty sure probably one of your videos.
Yeah, it's been everywhere. Like, it's so cute. I loved it. I haven't continued with that series though.
Yeah.
So.
This is a new adult romance set in college where our 2 main characters are handicapped, and they both really like hockey. One of them is more like permanently handicapped, and the other one is like just has like a cast on for now while he's there. And it's kind of like they live across the hall from each other, and they like bond and everything. But like he has a girlfriend, so it's like I don't know what's gonna happen. So, but they're really cute.
Did you say you finished it?
No, I'm on page 50.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah. Let me know what you think when you're done.
I'm also in a buddy read with Steph from Neffa Entertainment. We're reading Fix Her Up.
Oh, I want to read that one.
Yeah, I'm halfway through it, and it's so good. It's so good.
I loved that too.
I heard people really like Tessa Bailey's writing, so that's good.
It's real steamy.
Oh, I've heard.
Like, I was a little bit like, whoa, when I read it, and I'm fairly used to that. I felt like, but nope, not weird. What was your high and low?
Oh yeah, my low is that I started school this week, and I have really crappy professors because I'm taking 2 community college classes, so the professors are not that great. So I'm really frustrated in class because sometimes they don't.
Gotta have a good prof.
Yeah.
And then my high is that I hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yay.
Thank you. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
It's awesome.
That's amazing.
Very well deserved, I think.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You deserve 10,000, 20,000, and more. My goodness.
Y'all are sweet. Okay, who wants to go next?
I can go. Okay, so I just finished, it's called Catching Him. Let me see if I can find the cover. Here it is. Catching Him by Aurora Rose Reynolds. Boom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was on your Insta today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm trying to be better about, if I read it, actually posting the book I read on my Instagram.
I'm so horrible about that.
Than, like, books I want to read, because then I feel bad if I don't read them. So anyways, it's really, you know what I mean?
I do.
It's really cute. So it's a contemporary romance, and it's really cute. Oh, is there feedback?
I just spilled water all over my face.
Oh
no. Are you
and myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Continue.
So yeah, it's really cute. It was a contemporary Greek romance, and it had 2 really cute pets in it, a dog and a cat, and they were pretty big characters. They're super cute, and I really enjoyed it. I love Aurora Rose Reynolds books. If you want like a contemporary romance, it's not too like heavy. I highly suggest it. It had a little bit of a mystery going on, but honestly, I feel like the mystery wasn't that much of a mystery. You know
Kind
what
of like meet cute mystery.
Yeah.
Like really cute. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why is there feedback? I don't know why. I don't know. I'm checking my microphone.
It's very gentle feedback. Like it's
It's
not.
very gentle.
Is it,
Anyway.
It's like I hear it only
maybe
once in a while.
I was thinking maybe it's mine because my headphones are kind of broken. So
I don't know. It did it last time for like a couple minutes and then stopped.
okay.
True.
So hopefully it'll stop. But I'm also reading on audiobook. I am listening to it's like this. I don't think you can see that, but it's Bloodspell by CJ Redwine. It's a YA like fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've heard
it
of.
has a really pretty cover. You just can't see it. But it's really pretty.
Like that.
But it's cute. It's like she does all these retellings in this series, so like off fairy tales. So this one I believe is the Cinderella retelling based on the cover, which is a pumpkin. So I'm like halfway through that one on audio, and it's really, really cute. I kind of just wanted something that was like a YA fantasy, not too like hardcore, you know what I mean? Like not too much world building that I had to invest myself in. And it's a good audiobook.
Cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
What was your high of the month and low of the month?
I think my high, I don't know. There's been a couple highs. My mom came to visit. That was really fun.
Nice.
And we had like a girls' weekend in Savannah, Georgia last weekend. That was really fun. It was nice to see everybody. And low, I don't know. The month of August just seems to have gone on forever. Like,
Really?
yeah, like I don't know. It happens every year. Like I don't remember the beginning of the month. So we're saying this. I think it's because the kids went back to school here at the beginning of August. So it's just been like the first month of school, and it's like it needs to be September, which it will. So, but that's about it for me.
All right. I have. Well, I'm very on brand. I have like 5 books that I'm in the middle of.
I love
I just.
I don't know how you keep up with it.
It's a habit from school because with being an English major, you need to juggle a lot of things. So I just have always been this way. So I'm currently almost done Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. It's a reread, obviously. I am partway through Pride and Prejudice, another reread because I adore Pride and Prejudice.
Love it.
I'm also like 100-ish pages into Shadow of the Fox on audiobook, and I've read like 20 pages of Our Stop by Laura Jane Williams, which I'm very excited about, but like I don't know when I'm going to have time to read that. And then I'm also reading Serpent and Dove, which is there we go.
I saw that one on your Instagram the other day, and I really want to. I'm curious to see what you think.
I want that too.
I am 57 pages in, and this is my goal for the weekend. So
awesome. Well,
it's like it's the one with the arranged marriage, right?
Yes. One of them's a witch, one of them's a witch hunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a trigger word for me.
Yeah,
like
me too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tropes is fake dating or fake marriage, and then like hate to love. Like,
I know.
And apparently it's got like a really good romance for a fantasy novel. So
I had heard that. That's why it was kind of on my radar. I think you mentioned it last time too, didn't you? That it was coming out.
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been on my radar for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah. I have so many books.
Hear what you think. It looks really good.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can actually like get into it because the first few pages I was kind of jarred by the writing. I was sitting there and I was like, I could write this. Like this is the kind of writing that I would do in a first draft of a novel. So I'm like, it's simple and it's easy writing, and it was kind of irritating me, but that's fine. It's YA. What else is it going to be?
Right.
So as long as I get past that, it's okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're high and low.
Oh God. I don't really know. It's been like a pretty normal month. Nothing really intense has happened. My friend got married. I didn't go to her wedding because it was a small wedding, but she got married and that was cute. My friend's sister's getting married today. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting married. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I love weddings.
Yeah, I do too.
I will
Although
go to anyone's wedding.
Yeah, I love weddings, but I don't think like when I get married, I hate being the center of attention like so much that I feel like I'm gonna have a full-blown anxiety attack. But
Oh, girl.
I mean, mood, but like, I just want to be in a big white dress. That's all
yeah,
I want.
Me too.
there's no
Let
way.
everybody else do things for me on that day. That's all I want.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
And I don't really have a low either. Like, this month has just kind of been there. So that's usually how August goes because everything starts back up in September. Even though I'm not going back to school, I'm starting back teaching piano for my kids, and it goes like a school term year kind of thing. So that's starting up on the 3rd, so in a few days. So it's just like waiting the calm before the storm before that starts again. So,
Fun.
yeah.
Is it weird not to be going back to school this year?
It is a bit weird because I've been going to school since I was 4, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, this is the first year that I don't have anything happening. So
that was me when I took a gap semester. I was like, what do I do?
I kept feeling
Max having a job.
Yeah, you feel
or 2, like I do.
forgetting something. Like I kept feeling like I'm like, what am I now doing? Like, you know?
Yeah.
But you get over it after a few weeks.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to be busy enough because I have my job that I do during the day that I've had now since June, and then I'm going to have teaching after that. So like 4 days of the week, I'm going to be I'm going to be gone out of the house for over 12 hours.
Wow.
So
I feel you.
Yes.
Tired.
That's why I have a 3-day weekend.
Oh,
3-day weekend.
I plan.
Good job. Great.
Audrey says on the chat she just finished the Raven Boys before the live show, and she's continuing with the Dream Thieves. Audrey, are you taking part in Books and Lala's like readathon that she's doing with the Raven Boys?
Is that going on right now?
It's starting in September.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to join in for the last 2 weeks, I think, because I have Blue Lily, Lily Blue, and the Raven King to read for that.
I listened to those, I think, last year on Audible, and like I think I enjoyed them. I'm just not.
Yes.
I just didn't connect with them, I think, as other people did. I love some characters, so like they're amazing, but I just didn't connect with it as other people did. Like they're not my favorite series.
I remember reading the first one like physically last year, and I didn't really enjoy it that much, but picking up the audiobooks and then it's really atmospheric, and the guy who voices the characters does such a good job that I think he made it better for me. But yeah, I'm excited to keep going with the next 2.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try the audiobooks because I tried picking the first one up twice, like last year, I think, and I just couldn't. Like I just couldn't connect with them. Like I wasn't being attached to the characters, and I ended up putting it down. And I think I actually might have given the book away. But I might try the audiobooks because I want something kind of like slightly spooky for like fall. And I don't do scary, so like that's really how scary.
Have you tried Maggie Stiefvater's The Scorpio Races?
No, I haven't read that one.
Because that one, if you like, it's so atmospheric because it's set in October, November time, and it's like on a beach, and it's like misty and cold, and there's horses and there's demon horses. It's fun.
Awesome. I may have to look into that one then. And that's a standalone, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I haven't read that one yet. I've read the Wolves of Mercy Falls by Maggie Stiefvater.
Yeah, me too.
I grew up with those and freaking fell in love with them.
Yeah.
They're like, I loved the first one and then the second one, and then I don't think I ever finished it, to be honest with you, because even back then I was like, what is happening in this series? But the Raven Boys, much better. There's 4?
Yeah. It's not like I listened to it, I think like last year. It's called Sinner. It's I think in like Cole's perspective or something. Who's like the rock star guy or something like that. I don't know.
I read the first 3. I did not read Sinner, but I read the first 3.
I didn't know Sinner was a thing. No, I think I listened to it back, I think my senior year of high school, which was like 3-4 years ago. And people were like, what is this? This is a thing now? Where did this book come from?
Oh my god, I remember being in high school and like going through my high school library, and I was like real good friends with the librarian because she was just like always giving me books to like try. And after I had read the Shiver and whatever the next one is.
Linger.
I thought that was the third one. Okay.
Forever is the third one.
Okay. I've read
Sorry,
those.
I own all the physical ones.
That's
so.
okay. I read those two, and I remember her trying to give me the Raven Boys, and then there's one. Hasn't Maggie Stiefvater written one about Faye? Or am I just losing my mind?
I don't know. I don't know everything about Maggie Stiefvater, so I wouldn't
She
know.
might have. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I remember reading one like that and getting partway through it and just being so confused and being like, nah. Nah. I mean, I read a lot of really strange books in high school, but like,
Me too.
it was the 2010s, man. It's a time.
All right.
Should we talk about the book now?
Go for it. I have it. Woo!
Okay, so long
First
story
impression?
short,
No spoilers?
do we want to give a brief summary first, maybe?
Sure.
Basically, it's about a girl named Annie who really loves rom-coms, like a lot. Like her dream in life is to find her Tom Hanks, which
She
is
also
like,
wants to write rom-coms, which is cool.
yeah. And then she ends up getting like this job, this assistant job at this movie set that's being at this movie, which is filming some scenes in her small town. And this really popular actor named Drew Danforth is on this movie set, and like he's basically the opposite of Tom Hanks. Like he's really goofy and like doesn't take things seriously and isn't romantic, or so people say. So she's like, oh, I'll never fall for him because he's not like Tom Hanks. But
That's what happens.
It happens.
Tom Hanks.
I always feel like you can't, like, people are like, don't spoil the end. I'm like, people, it's a romance. What do you think happens
Oh,
in
the
the end?
ending.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways.
Yeah.
So what did we all think of it? What was our rating?
5 out of 5 stars.
I know you really loved it, Jen, right?
Oh my God. This is exactly what I needed at that point in time, which I think is probably the biggest thing. I read it in one sitting because I read it for a 24-hour readathon, and it was so funny and so lighthearted and just like fluffy as hell. It had no real substance, and you really had to suspend your disbelief because like who's gonna get a job on a set like this ever? But,
Yeah.
like, it was so good.
I
It made me want to watch rom-coms, which I did later in the day. I went and found 27 Dresses on the internet and watched it.
Oh, I love
yes.
Movie.
Yes. I love 27 Dresses.
Oh, so good.
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. My main thing is I know it's like unrealistic in some aspects because it's like a rom-com-esque story, you know what I mean? So, but the main thing that gets me with rom-coms and some romance books is the insta-love really gets me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like the only way like I'll like really go behind insta-love if like it's like a fated mate kind of story. Like, you know what I mean? But for this one, I was like, it's been a week and you're flying out. Oh, that's a spoiler. Whoops.
It's okay.
Like already this attached. Who?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, this needed to be like a stretched timeline, more or less.
Yeah.
But like,
it would have been better if it was like if
over
the
6
if it like took place like a month, you know,
or even longer. It's like
a week is a little too unrealistic to me. So in that aspect,
a week or 2 weeks. I thought it was 2 weeks.
I think it's 2.
Okay, then it's still same. I stand by my.
Oh yeah,
that was the one thing I was like, oh girl. But then I was like, but it's like it's supposed to read like we're reading Sleepless in Seattle. Like it's supposed to be a rom-com.
Yeah.
That just like it's a little unrealistic and very movie-like, but it's good.
So I gave it a 4-star. It really did read like a movie, and I seriously think if I'd watched the movie of this, I would have been like 5 stars. But for some reason, like when I read a romance, I always just want a little more like drama or something else going on.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. Like, it was such a fun afternoon, but I also waited a little bit before I rated it. And I think that's why it was 4 and not 5. You know, when you finish and you're like on that high and you're like,
yes, I do this too often. I did
yeah.
that with like Lee Bardugo's Grisha trilogy. I read
Yeah.
them all, gave them all 5 stars, and then a week later I was like, no, these are bad books. They're 3 stars, and I refixed them.
Yeah. So this one, I think if I had been like finished closed book rate, I would have been like 5 stars because it was so cute. It was really, really cute. But like sitting on it a day or two, I'm like, well, I don't think I'm gonna reach for this again. And for me, a 5 stars when I want to reread. Typically,
that makes sense.
Just kind of how I go with it. The big thing for me was like, there really wasn't a conflict. Like the conflict, I don't want to spoil anything, but the conflict that was there, I'm like, girl, you could have fixed that by just saying something. Like, it wasn't like really a conflict to me. But having said that, it was still really cute and I really enjoyed it. And the characters were so fun. And I am here for like the second book about the friends. Like,
I got so excited. I screamed. I was like, yes, we're going to get a book about them. Yes.
Because going towards the end, I was like, oh, like, are we not going to get any resolution with these 2 characters? Like, and then I was like, they're going to have their whole book. I'm so
excited about that because there's actually like history and a conflict there already. Like they bicker all the time. And I'm like, yes.
I love a bickering relationship so much.
This is why Ron and Hermione are my OTP across the board because they're perfect for one another. Okay.
Banter is like my crack. Like, give me some good banter. And I felt like in this one there was banter, but I think in the next one there's gonna probably be more.
I hope so.
I would hope. So yeah, it was
Chloe
really
and Nick are everything.
Oh yeah. We heard Chloe Nick.
We're just gonna have to read that one when it comes out.
I think I listened to an audio or a podcast with the author the other day, which was really good. It was I can't remember the name of the podcast, but it was the one that Lindsay Emery does, the author. And it was really, really good. I think she said the book's coming out hopefully in the spring or the summer of next year. I think is what she said.
I added it on Goodreads. Hold on.
So I know. But this one did just come out this summer, right? So
it's brand new.
So I mean, that's still pretty fast once a year.
Mm-hmm. This was like one of like the funniest books I've read too in a long time.
I know the ones that I put a sticky
on.
2020. 2020. Okay. I think she said like spring or summer. So that'll be good.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. And I did really like too that this wasn't a super smutty book because I love that in some books if it's done well, but I love things I can recommend to people who don't like that.
Yeah.
I have some, friends or other people who don't like it. And
I think it would have been out of place in this, to be honest, because it's so it's a rom-com, right? So you need that fade to black.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say though, like there's a fade to black scene, obviously. Not a spoiler. But like I will say I was a little disappointed that we didn't get like even like an inkling.
Just a little more.
Yeah, there was like it was very much like PG movie.
Yeah, this wasn't even 13. This was just like PG. I'd say.
Because like I just saw like the scene before with like them seeing each other in the living room or whatever, and I was like, ooh, I want to know what happens. And then I was a little disappointed, but like I appreciate like I'm not gonna like not like it because it has a black scene, like I appreciate that on some books. Same thing with like the Unhoneymooners. Some people were really frustrated that they didn't put a steamy scene in there, and I was like, but it didn't need one.
Yeah, and I kind of am on the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna not like a book because it doesn't have that, but I'm also not gonna like a book because it does have.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends if it's in the right place. Like I know, like I just posted a video about all like the series that I'm not gonna finish, and one of them is ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. And in
I watched that video.
Books, if I go in not realizing it's gonna have like that much heavy smut, and that's a YA book, and it is ridiculous, and apparently it just gets worse. I'm like, nope, cancel these. Absolutely not. But like if I'm going into a romance book, I'm expecting something, so it's okay. Like I can handle that.
I
But
get what you're saying too, because like you almost need like a warning if you're going in
Yeah.
for that. No, I
put a
do.
trigger warning on the first page.
I was gonna say just because, and I will say too, once we announce our new book, that one's probably a little bit more.
It's like-
than these. So
Like
warning.
we read like Meet Cute. We read Met. Oh my God, we read the first one, and it was like halfway there.
Yeah.
This one has nothing, and the next one's gonna be like 180 this way. Like, it's gonna be
That's
good.
like all of us reading like Fixer Up.
I am ready for this though. Like I'm ready to plunge my body into this situation.
I hope
Like I need to.
so, but yeah, I loved it. So it was cute. It was very cute. It was good for summer too. Like it was really good
Yes.
summer.
But also weirdly, it's a perfect winter read because it's set in the winter.
The cover is so bright and sunny, but you're right.
But then it's like Christmas. I'm like, oh,
whoa.
I love this cover a lot.
Me too.
But like I think it was set in the winter because then this like something I want to talk about in a bit is the tropes that bring it into it, and I'm like, oh, it has a blizzard scene. It has a blizzard scene, and I think it needed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's like, okay, so I like to tab like the one-liners that make me laugh, and there's one that I wanted to say that literally had me cracking up. Let me see. Y'all can keep talking while I look for it. I don't want it to be.
I feel like we may need to go into the spoiler section soon. If anyone, I don't even know if is anyone here? If not, if you're watching this back, we're probably going to spoil things in the next couple of minutes. So,
Okay, wait, here it is. Okay, so so this book takes place in a coffee shop for a lot of it, and like the same customers are there basically every day, kind of. And there's this guy named Gary who I think is hilarious.
Gary.
So Gary, okay, Gary says yes from his table where he's reading the newspaper. That's exactly what it's like. You're always proud of them when they accomplish something big. I didn't know you had children, Gary, I said. I have 3 ferrets, he says with a smile. You know what? He does look proud.
Yes.
I loved the guys in the coffee shop. Like,
oh my God. Okay, we're gonna go like headlong into the spoiler section. Can we talk about the one blind date guy?
I tabbed that. That's what I tabbed. One of them. I was just like, holy crap.
You can't get any worse than him. Like he's the worst. He kept insulting her and like was smelly and like was homeless.
My favorite thing is he's at a coffee shop. He's like, I don't like hot liquids.
I don't drink hot liquids. And I don't like water. It's tap water.
I didn't write his name down, but he's
Barry. It was Barry, right?
No, Gary. Gary was like
not Gary, but wasn't it Barry on the date?
Oh, Barry. I think it was Barry.
Right. Hold on.
Because the other guy's name was Carter.
Yes, that one. I can't find it, but I'm pretty sure it was Barry. That scene had me in hysterics.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Yeah, it's Barry. And I love that he came back thinking like, oh my God,
we have an connection.
Oh my gosh. It really makes you have perspective on your own dates though. And you're like, damn, mine wasn't that bad because he drank hot liquids.
He can drink hot liquids and he doesn't really smell. That's
I feel
good.
like I might
run here.
Higher bar than that, but still. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Okay. Here's my boy. This is Oreo. Oh, my mic is covered. Oh. This is Oreo. He has a little leg limp today, so I've been looking for him all day.
Hi, Oreo.
Oreo.
He's also really snotty, so it just sounds like he has snot in his nose right now.
Does he have allergies?
I thought you meant like he was like a snooty man. We have an arrogant cat in the house. No, he's literally just snotty. Hello. Oh my God. He's so cute. Thank you.
Adorable.
He's a big fat boy.
Oh, that's creepy. I just realized my like giraffe was like staring in the corner. Oh no.
A peeping giraffe.
Apparently.
I also loved Uncle Don. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
There's also a scene I tabbed where like it's raining outside, and he tried on his Wookiee costume.
And he walks out and he comes in and he's a soaked Wookiee. Oh my god!
I haven't.
It's like, I'm gonna smell like a wet Wookiee all the way.
Yes.
But it's funny because I can almost like picture what he meant by that. Like, you know, when you get like, it's like a wet dog.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
man.
my god, there's another scene that that really made me laugh that Uncle Don said. They're talking about her parents and how like her dad died, and he goes, he has this really like serious scene about how like your mom said your dad was the greatest love story she ever had, and then Anne replies, but he died. I said flatly, yeah, and that sucks Ewok balls, Uncle Don says, but that doesn't make their love any less real. Yeah. And then she says, do Ewoks even have balls?
Oh my god! I just loved all the references to D&D and
Yeah.
like the dungeon master is like the worst person, but he's like still a guy that they're like, yeah, it's just Rick, Dungeon Master Rick, over there.
Yeah. And I think that was that was one of the things you wanted to talk about, right? And I thought I agreed. I thought she did a really good job, the author, of kind of interspersing the kind of like pop culture type stuff.
Yeah. It wasn't in your face like some other books that I've read.
It wasn't. Yeah. Now, as far as the like rom-coms go, like with the references, I loved the references, but I will say by like the end, I was kind of like little tired of hearing like every other page it compared to a book or to a movie, just because I haven't seen all of them too.
Same.
And so should have stuck to like 3 iconic ones and just like, the Tom Hanks ones, not like littering the pages with all the rom-coms. I'm like, okay.
I love the idea. It's just by the end, especially with not seeing them, I'm like, okay, I'm not on the same page here, you know?
Yeah. I've only seen Sleepless in Seattle, You've Got Mail, and then While You Were Sleeping. So those are the only 3 that I could understand.
And I've only seen parts of those, like the While You've Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle. But like the only one that I was like, yes, I know this one, and it was 27 Dresses, and it was mentioned at the very end. I was like,
I've seen that one too. Yeah, I've seen that one too. I forgot about that one.
I haven't seen Sleepless in Seattle, which I really need to fix because I feel like I'll really like it when I watch it. But
that's like iconic.
Yeah, and I've seen While You Were Sleeping, but it's been like a really long time, and I couldn't really remember. But yeah, I mean, the pop culture stuff, especially with like her uncle and all the stuff mentioning, I felt like it was in a way done where it was kind of timeless. Like it didn't scream the specific age, because I've read some books and I'm like, okay, you're gonna know when that was.
You are dating yourself so hard right now.
I thought that it wasn't here because there are things that have been popular for like a long time.
Yeah, most of the rom-coms that she mentioned were 80s, 90s, and then like occasionally a 2000s one, because like the only really good ones that we've made and like now, like the only one I can think about is Friends with Benefits.
I like The Proposal.
The Proposal, I forgot about that one. And then like P.S. I Love You, I guess. That's not really a rom-com.
I like that's a rom-com. That one
I think Netflix has really been stepping it up.
Have you guys seen Leap Year?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Is that with Amy Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I've seen the cover though.
It's really cute.
I just love that movie because it's Ireland.
Ugh. And it has Matthew Good in it.
Oh, he's so attractive. I can't.
But yeah, I really liked it's called Set It Up on there. It's
the new ones, yeah.
The new ones are cute.
I haven't watched any of them. There's another one there's a few on there that I've saved on my list. There's the one with the Korean comedian.
Yeah.
Ali Wong. Ali Wong. It's
Ali Wong. I can't remember. Always Be My Maybe or something. Yeah, there's that one, and then there's another one that Set It Up, which is there. It has Lucy Liu in it, right?
That's the one I'm talking about. Set It Up or Step It Up. I think it's Set It Up.
I think it's Set It Up.
I'll look up. But and I just watched.
There's also
the new one that came out. I think it literally came out like 3 days ago. The Falling in Love, like INN, like an N, and it's set in New Zealand. And I really liked it. I thought the acting was so good, and I love
a notification for that one.
So go check that one out, guys. Everyone
Okay.
who's watching, go watch that one. It's really cute.
There's also I don't really know if it's considered a rom-com because I don't think there's actually any romance in it per se. It has my ultimate girl crush actor in it, Gina Rodriguez.
I love her. Jane the Virgin forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched enough. Oh, it's called Someone Great. And it's got Gina Rodriguez. It has Brittany Snow. She's from
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. And then a lady named DeWanda Wise. I don't know who she is, but yeah, there's that one that I have on my list.
I haven't watched that one yet, but I love Jane the Virgin.
My friend apparently, like, because my friend is just going through like a really terrible breakup right now, and my other friend was like, "You need to watch this movie because it's gonna just make you cry," and I was like, "Okay," and she said it's like heartbreaking, but like so perfect. Oh, I remember this one, Life as We Know It, with Katherine Heigl and Josh Duhamel. That one was like really good when I was younger.
I don't think I've seen that one.
This one where their best friends die and then they're each the godparent to the child and then they have to like make it work basically.
Yeah, I have seen that actually.
I didn't watch a lot of rom-coms really growing up. I was just a Disney kid and just rewatched Disney movies all day long. Or Disney Channel.
What's wrong with that?
I also really, really like What to Expect When You're Expecting. I love those movies where they just throw actors at it and they're just like, everyone, wah!
Yeah.
And it's like 8 different storylines and I love those movies.
So that is everyone's list of all the movies you should go watch. And I have to go watch them too. There's a bunch I haven't seen.
I need to watch all the Tom Hanks ones because those ones I have not watched.
I do love Tom Hanks though.
Oh, he's such a dad.
Yeah.
I've only watched a few. I remember I really loved Splash, but I don't know if other people like that one. I watched it really early in my life, so it was like a mermaid story. So I was like real hooked on it because it was a mermaid. He falls in love with a mermaid.
Her name Aquamarine.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Awesome. What
What
else did we want to talk about?
do you want to talk about tropes?
Yes. I made like a massive list.
I know, it was a good one. It was an inclusive list there.
I went in. I was at work and I was like, I'm bored. I'm just going to make my doc right now.
Yeah, I just looked at it today, but I added a couple things.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some different tropes in here, and I think we're just going to talk briefly about some of the different rom-com-y or romance tropes in general, I guess.
Do you guys have a favorite trope that shows up in movies?
I personally love the bookstore scene, like the meet.
Oh my god, yes.
Isn't that every reader's dream?
Yeah. There's so many, but one is like the stuck together, like we're like forced proximity, basically.
Yeah.
No matter, especially in a movie, like stuck in a building, in a snowstorm, in a car.
Oh my god.
Elevator.
Have you seen Two Night Stand?
No.
Oh my god. It has Miles Teller in it, that really tall guy from Footloose. And it's basically like this girl goes on a dating site at night, and because she's trying to get over a breakup, and she meets up with him, goes to his place, and they hook up, and then the next day they kind of have this really bad falling out that morning, and she tries to leave and a blizzard has hit during the night, so they are literally locked in the building together. So it's a 2 night stand, right? It's so good. It's so good.
I need to see
It used to
that.
be on Netflix in Canada. I don't know if it is anymore, but
things are on like UK or Canada Netflix, but not in the US. And then
like we have the last 4 Harry Potters on ours right now.
There's no Harry Potters right now. I'm pretty sure. Maybe the first one. I don't know. Anyway,
the thing that I'm always mad at that's on other countries' Netflix is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm so mad.
Yeah.
I'm always so mad. Like I think England has it.
The show or the movie?
Obviously the show. The movie, no. Sorry, the movie is a big flop. The movie's a big flop, but the cartoon.
I think we have the show on ours because I have it saved on my list.
Oh, girl.
There's always stuff that people post hey, I'm watching this, then I'm like, wait a minute, what country are you in? Because I don't have that.
Yeah,
I totally recommend Avatar: Last Airbender. It will change your life. It's so good.
Okay. I have so many shows I need to watch. Oh my god.
I find if I watch too much TV though, I don't read. It's like one or the other
Yes,
for me.
I
It's
flip.
I flip back and forth because I just can't. I don't have time to work, socialize, and do both of those. You know.
True. And it's also like I also flip back and forth between like binging YouTube and then binging Netflix. Like I
Yeah,
can't do the
I
at the
agree.
same time.
Yep. If there's ever a
Ooh.
time where I'm like, I don't watch any YouTube, it's because I'm watching something on Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good tropes. Those are just there. I mean, I love tropes in romance. Like that's my
Yes.
favorite thing. Like I know it's predictable in a way, but
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the fun, you know?
Give me the dramatic Grand Central Station proclaiming my love to you tropes. Like, oh,
Yes.
Yep.
Like the boombox.
Yeah.
yes.
It's not quite the same holding your iPhone.
No, not the same effect.
But kids today, they don't even know what a boombox is. Like,
Oh my
seriously.
God.
It's crazy. I had one the other day who didn't know what a CD was.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. When I have
Like,
children, I'm gonna make sure they know all that stuff.
It's crazy, but that's a whole nother tangent.
What was your guys' favorite trope in here?
I loved their meet cute.
Where she pours coffee all over him?
Yes, I love that.
This is classic.
Mm-hmm. That was really cute.
What? No thanks.
I don't know. I think maybe the blizzard or the end. I thought that was really cute. The is that a trope? I guess that's a trope, right? The whole running to the
flying to New York and proclaiming your love. 100%. That's a trope. Yeah.
I think that might have been my favorite. I thought that was really cute. Oh, the only thing is, I wanted an epilogue. Come on.
Yes.
We did kind of get one.
But I wanted like words, you know?
No, yeah.
We'll kind of get an epilogue with the next book.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I hope they show up.
That's probably why she didn't do one, actually, now that I think about it. Because it would have been
true.
okay.
Because it's like the continuation once the movie's out and once they're married, right? It's the lives of the two people who the movie's based off of. So excited. I'm just reading what I wrote, and I just like the super dramatic flying to New York and bringing their loved ones with them. Also, why? Why did you bring your best friend and your uncle and then
why did
his
Dawn
girlfriend?
But the best part of that was when Nick, when the one guy couldn't come, and she's like, "Okay, Nick, you're coming." He's like, "Why am I coming?" He's like, "You just need to come." And I'm like,
no. And I think she was even like talking to Dawn's girlfriend, and she was like, "Hey, you want to come too?" She's like, "No, I want to take a nap."
What a mood, though. Like it was just it's because there's that typical scene. Like all I'm thinking of is the Hugh Grant movie with Julia Roberts.
The one in Notting Hill?
Yes. I saw like the last part of Wedding Notting Hill and that scene where they all cram into a car and like rush there because they all want to like witness it. And I'm like, that needs to be in every movie ever.
And I thought it was a really good ending for for someone who's obsessed with rom-coms and wants to write it. It was very fitting. Like you know what I mean? That was
I loved her speech to him at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love the fact that she was in leopard pants and a pizza slut t-shirt.
I think I want a pizza slut t-shirt.
Same. Carrie Winfrey, where's your merch?
Oh my god. Christmas presents for everybody. Just get each other pizza slut t-shirts.
Mm-hmm. I have a Cricut. I might be able to make that happen. Maybe.
And then I remember reading that part and just having this stupid grin on my face because I was just like, oh, here we go. Like, this is all happening. And I even wrote oh, here we go. Dramatic scene. I was like, yes, give me that dramatic speech. Orange Windbreaker is going to let her have this dramatic speech. Oh, I love it. I love it. It was on the Today Show as well. It was filmed, so the entire country's gonna see it. It was
great.
Yes.
Great ending. I thought that was great.
I did expect though with Chloe. I really loved Chloe.
Yes, I'm so excited for that book because Chloe and Nick are perfect.
Oh my gosh, they reminded me of Lorelai and
Luke?
Yes, Luke from
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same dynamic. I love it.
Mm-hmm. She the what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about Chloe. Darn, I forgot. It'll come to me later.
Were there any tropes in here you guys didn't like, or what's your like most hated trope? It doesn't have
I didn't like the thing that I don't really like in books is like when somebody like knows they have a connection with somebody, but they go on a date with somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you obviously have these feelings like they're not changed by going on a date with somebody else, and I was like the whole time I was like, you're not needed, Carter. Like, go away.
Honestly, though, we love Carter. He's just like it's
like he's
solid
sweet, but like
man.
yes, he's sweet, but like for her, I was like, bro, you're not needed.
Right.
She's already infatuated with someone else.
Carter was supposed to be like the perfect guy to show her that even if you get the perfect husband,
he was the Tom Hanks.
He was Tom Hanks. He's
From
just
Sleepless in Seattle because he had a kid
in a boat.
and a houseboat. He had a houseboat.
Yeah. But yeah. And this one,
good to be true.
Yeah. I don't know. In this one, I don't know what trope really, other than the whole like I'm not a big fan of any kind of miscommunication trope. Like,
oh my god,
you know what I mean?
You know that's gonna be like the main obstacle in any book.
Yeah, like with the photo or whatever.
With the photo, like I don't know. I just felt like that wasn't needed. Like, I mean, that was kind of the conflict, I guess. Really,
like, I think it would have been better if it had been like there's no conflict and he just left because they just decided to be like, oh, like this is just like there's no way we can do long distance. Let's just leave it at this.
Right.
And then he left, and then she's like, wait, I love him. And then like went to New York to chase after him. That would probably been better.
I totally agree. Because the conflict really was or could have been like, hey, I don't want to leave Ohio. Or like if you live in LA. That already was a problem. You know?
I think that was the one thing that I didn't like is that she just like so easily picked up her life and went to New York because like I guess it had been on the back burner there because she knew that she couldn't stay in Ohio to make her dreams come true. But like homegirl like picked up her entire life just for a guy.
I mean,
also her career though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And then I mean, she wasn't leaving her uncle totally alone because her uncle had friends and then the girlfriend that came in. So like,
I love the girlfriend.
Homegirl was so good.
Like an older woman with purple dyed hair. I'm like, you go, girl. You go.
I loved that part. But yeah, overall though, like least favorite tropes, not in this book, but like in general would have to be like, I hate a love triangle. Do not give me a love.
Oh my gosh, no.
That's done well.
I refuse to watch.
There's only one that I like that I've ever read, and it's from the Infernal Devices, the Cassandra Clare.
I agree.
That's the Jem and Will. Yeah. Because I adore Jem with all my heart, and I was like, he needs to end up with Tessa, and he's gonna die anyway. So like,
I have not read them. Don't spoil.
I'm so sorry. That love triangle was good because there's like a connection on all sides because Jem and Will are pair bataille, right? They're like they have a soul connection, and then like Will and Tessa are like feelings, and Jem and Tessa are feelings. So it's
that's true. That's true. I just feel like typically in a book,
it's done like stupidly.
It just there's always one that you know that they're gonna end up
Edward and Bella.
Yeah. Like I'm sorry, Jacob, but like get lost. You're not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it, bro. I'm sorry.
That was me with Gail. I was like, why?
Yeah,
Gail. Young me was all for Gail because he was the first one who showed up and like he like helped her and like trained her for hunting and like
we're like, oh, he's here first.
And I hated Peeta because she didn't love him.
No, I'm a Peeta lover. There's a picture of him on my back door.
Like, Peeta is a great human. I love Peeta with all my heart, but like Katniss did not love him. That was an awful relationship.
I agree that he loved her way more than she loved him, at least at the beginning.
But no, the epilogue for Mockingjay, though.
I DNF'd it halfway through because it was a piece of crap, okay?
Okay. I'm in the minority, and I think Mockingjay is the best for me. I love Mockingjay.
I got so mad. I threw it across the room. I was like,
I can understand why. I'm in the minority. I love a good like happy ending, you know, and that epilogue, like it wasn't.
That was not a happy ending. Are you serious?
No, like okay, you
Rose dies. No, her mom never talks to her again. Gail leaves.
Spoiler alert!
It's
I
been
don't
10 years.
I get what you mean. I didn't like Mockingjay the best, but I get what you mean. The couple story. If you're in it for the
Yes. I was in it for to be honest, no. Little Romance Hearted Avery,
right.
6th grade Avery was basically reading these books only for Peeta and Katniss. So
Okay.
the
Understandable.
epilogue literally made me give Mockingjay 5 stars because I loved it so much because of the epilogue.
Understandable.
Yes, but I can see why everyone is like,
Yeah.
fuck that book.
Oh yeah.
No, I remember throwing that book across the room when Finnick died,
Mm.
and then going to my friend the next day and demanding her to tell me what happens in the rest of the book. And I was so livid at the ending that I was like, I'm never reading this. I'm never reading it. And
Did
I
you
haven't.
watch the movie?
That
No.
was me with Allegiant.
No.
Did
Yeah.
they even
Oh,
make a Mockingjay movie?
yeah, they did.
They made 2.
Did they?
Two of them, because it was part 1 and part 2.
I was so done with that fandom. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. No, I get that. I agree with Avery too. I was like that with Allegiant. I loved Divergent and the second one. And then like anyways.
Did you read the last book?
I did. Oh yeah.
No, I didn't read it.
Bawled my eyes out.
Oh yeah,
at
I
the
was
end.
I
trying.
spoiled for it and refused to read it. I've never read Allegiant in my life.
Yeah, I read it like I was so into it. I read it like the day it came out or like a couple days after, so I wasn't spoiled and I was just like I totally spoiled it for my best friend though, because we lived together and she's like, oh crap, you're like sobbing. This isn't gonna go well. I'm like, oh,
yeah, I remember it was Christmas when I was reading Allegiant. I was sitting in my basement, in my aunt's basement, because we were visiting them for Christmas, and I was just sobbing. And my mom was like, what is wrong with you? But I also, like, in retrospect, that book is awful. Like, for some reason, dystopian trilogies kind of just go downhill for me because especially with Allegiant, because it just brought too much science in and it just went over my head. I was like, I don't know what's happening with this genetic crap. Oh my God. And then the author the worst crime at the end of that book. You do not do that.
That was what I was sobbing about.
Yes.
Like, spoiler alert for anyone who has not read that, but I think it's been long enough. So
you do not kill off the main character of your book. That is the most no.
I will never read a Veronica Roth book again, to be honest with you.
I often wonder
my experience.
True, because Divergent was a masterpiece. Like, it was so good.
I know. I loved it. Like, loved
it. How we got on this topic?
Let's get back to rom-coms, people.
Oh, we were talking about
tropes
love
and
triangles.
love triangles. Yeah.
What other tropes in this did we love? The blizzard scene was great.
Yeah, the blizzard scene was great. Is coffee shop like a trope, like a cute, quirky coffee shop? I feel like that's kind of not really trope. It's more like a character or something in like a setting. I like that though. Like if there's like a cute setting that they keep coming back to in a book, I like that a lot. It's like comforting, cozy kind of, you know.
Oh, 100%.
I really got Luke's diner vibe. Like
oh yeah.
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 It's Nick's diner, Luke's diner, right?
Yep.
I want more of that really clumsy kid who just keeps breaking the mugs.
I love
his name was so weird too.
Yes.
I don't even remember his name.
He was so mad that Nick and Chloe got to play the music on the sound system and he just wanted to play his like whale music sounds.
Oh man. I would tell anybody, if you need a laugh, like read this book.
Yes.
Hilarious.
His name is Tobin or whatever.
Like Tobin, yes.
Yeah, Tobin.
And when Chloe rounded everybody up to go on the plane or whatever, she was like, okay, Tobin, you're in charge. He goes, yes, I can play my whale
music. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God.
This book was just so funny and I loved it. I haven't read a good, like, funny book in so long, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very true.
Definitely.
I had something in mind that I wanted to talk about. No, I don't remember what it was. Oh, I hate when that happens.
Me too. I'm trying to think if there's what else from the book that I feel like there was something I wanted to talk about. Now I don't remember what it was.
Oh.
There's a topic on here we didn't get to. Oh, Jen, were you gonna say something? Did you remember?
I'm trying to find it so you can talk.
Oh, I was thinking we haven't talked about like our least favorite and favorite scenes.
True.
True.
What's yours, Avery? Do you have a favorite scene?
I kind of liked all the times where like they were like alone together, like in her house. Like I thought those were really cute.
Yeah.
I don't really have a specific one, to be honest. Like specific scenes have kind of left my mind because I read this book like 3 weeks ago. But I really actually loved like when they started realizing they had feelings for each other when they were alone in her bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Uncle Don comes and ruins it all. I'm like, I heard Uncle Don's name popped up and I was like, God damn you, Uncle Don. They're
Always that one
something.
person to walk in and
That's
just
kind of a
ruin
trope,
everything.
right? That's like the interruption. The
Oh,
intro.
there is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite scenes is the bookstore scene.
Oh yes, that's another one.
Just
Yeah.
like
That was good.
everything about it was so perfect. And then like at the end when he's talking about like taking care of his grandpa, I was just like, what? He's the best human being.
Mhm.
How can she hate him?
Yeah.
And then there's like the point, it's like I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Something. And he goes, it's all shitty. Dying slowly, dying suddenly. Life's a big ball of shit sometimes. I smile just a little. But there's Frasier. He smiles back, and romantic comedies. I was like, yes, and I put a little heart. I was like,
Yes.
oh.
Yeah, that was a really cute. And I love that they weren't they in like the erotica section or something?
Yes.
Like that was hilarious that they like hadn't noticed.
Yeah, the book her boss wanted was in like the Kama Sutras section.
Yeah, I liked I mean, both of those were definitely like top scenes as well, but also the McDonald's scene I thought was
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a quote from that scene that I underlined. It was the "Oh yes, poor me," he says, "forced to eat chicken McNuggets with a beautiful woman. My life is so rough."
Yep. And I love how he's like, I did really enjoy with his character too, how he was like, look, I may look like 6-pack abs and be pretty now, but like this isn't
Like,
permanent.
give me 6 months, I will be
Like,
fat.
right. Give me some more, like, this is not like what I want to be. It's necessarily what I need to be for a job. And I really think, I love that he wanted her to like him for him, not for his abs.
Body.
You know?
Yeah, because that's a huge romance trope, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's the rock hard abs that like get you.
Yeah.
Like,
my favorite,
from Stranger Things.
I'm like I'm really like trying to find romance books now where that's not the norm because that's not normal in real life, you know. And some of my favorite romance books are like girls who are plus size or guys who are plus size or like not a skinny mini, you know.
Even just like not
the honeymooners.
Yeah, that one was good. I'm trying to think that would be we should do a video on that. Like realistic like romances as far as like
girl, yes.
I was actually like
so
ranting about this on my vlog today because I'm in the middle of a vlog because I do weekend reading vlogs. But I was watching, I think her channel name is Zoe Reads. And she did like this 1 hour long video where she just exclusively read fat rep books throughout August. And it was just fantastic. Great video. Highly recommend it. But like I was sitting there and I was like, there is not enough representation across the board. Like you're going to find more of the fat rep stuff in contemporary and it's always going to be dealing with the fact that she's bigger, right?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, I'm like, I don't think there's any tall rep or like anything other than like the typical average girl who's like maybe a little smaller. And if you're going to find that tall rep, it is exclusively in romance books because
that's true.
I'm the same. Yeah, I'm the same with I feel like there's more representation with shorter girls.
Yes.
But like I'm like 5 foot. So like that's like short. I'm like, where are my short books too? I get like I want tall books too. I want more
give me everything. Yeah.
Like not every person is like a blonde, skinny mini, average height, healthy looking, not have any like mental disorders or anything like that. Like
And also for the guys, like, too. I mean, not even saying, but like just not having ones that are all like, I go to the gym 5 days a week for an hour and a half. I'm like,
I'm an alpha male.
I mean, look, you can be an alpha male without having abs,
Yes.
you know?
Exactly. Yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah. Like, I don't know. So anyways, I liked in this book how they didn't have Drew because he's very stereotypical. You know, he's a a movie star.
He's an actor. Yeah, exactly.
And like he even said like I have people who cook for me. Like it's not typical. Like if I'm home, I'm gonna eat my Big Macs at McDonald's. I'm like, do you need to keep working because you're gonna get cholesterol issues though? But
I love how funny he was too. Like,
yep.
I want a funny man.
He was really funny.
Yeah.
All the guys in here were funny though. Barry was funny. Nick was funny.
Nick was funny. Trying to be funny. Nick was just grumpy.
Yeah.
Hell.
I am so excited for Nick because it's literally going to be Gilmore Girls recreated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm so excited.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is also, I think it's like really underhyped too. I think more people would really love this. And like this would be a great rec for people trying to get into romance, you know?
I was going to say that. I think this would be a good, what they call it, gateway book or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, people, because that's like when I said about the not as many steamy scenes, I think I'm not against recommending something that has steamy scenes to someone who doesn't read it, but I think sometimes that can put people off if it's so I think I have like a list of books that I recommend when people ask for like, hey, what's a good romance? And this is like a good one to add to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's good to preface this because I've heard a lot of people like negatively look at this book because it's so cheesy and so fluffy.
True.
You got to preface it with be like, don't expect any substance. This is just entertaining and fun.
Yes, that's very true. Very true. Yeah.
It's like watching a rom-com, okay?
Very true.
Yeah. And you have the tragic backstory of the parents who've died.
Yep. I think
it doesn't really bring anything.
Like the author for sure knew that going in, and it was almost like almost like a satire. Like, you know what I mean? Like she wasn't making fun of rom-coms, but she was definitely like playing into all of the rom-com things. You know
100%, yeah.
And I think that was why I didn't mind it being corny and over the top, because I think she for sure was doing it on purpose to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
When you're basing it off of a girl who loves rom-coms, you got to give her a rom-com life. Like,
I don't know. Go for it.
What else did we write on here? We talked about our uncle. Talked about pop culture. Did you want to talk about how realistic this book was?
Sure.
Unrealistic for certain things.
It's funny because I think on there I said it was realistic, but now that you're talking about it, I'm like, actually, I don't know. I think you're right though, Avery. It depends on what we're talking about here.
Exactly. Like the realistic situation it is of getting a job on a film set and like meeting actors and blah blah. Not realistic because like that does not happen. It is a closed set. People do not just wander on and get a job. And then of course like the falling in love in like a week and a half.
That's what got me in this whole book.
But I did feel like the characters were
they were pretty real.
For the most part. Like Chloe seemed with their like problems and their real jobs.
Annie was the least realistic character in it, and she was the main character.
Exactly. I mean, she was realistic in a sense, but I definitely felt like Chloe and Nick, to me, and Uncle were more realistic to like people you'd meet. Like
100%. I actually felt that like Annie, also her name really bothers me.
Annie Cassidy, because it makes her sound like a 12-year-old, and actually honestly there's a lot of points in this where she does kind of act like she's 12. Like there's a part in here where they're like making out in a bar and she's like, we're in public, we can't do this, and I'm like, yes you can.
I know.
I don't know, it's just like the fact that she still lives in her childhood house and she's like in her childhood bedroom, and it felt like she wasn't quite real, but she was almost too perfect of a innocent. It like I was surprised that she wasn't a virgin in this because of that.
I was actually a little surprised by that, to be honest. Like, I'm not saying I want that in every character because that's not like why. No, you don't need that. But I kind of felt like it didn't match the rest of her backstory and personality in a way.
That she lost her virginity the day after her mom died. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I mean, I know I have heard of people, I'm sure, like, you know, if they're
Wait, what? Jen? That was a thing?
Yeah. In there.
Dude, I forgot about that.
It was just
she like brought a guy up to her bedroom and she was like, oh, it's gonna fix my grief. No, but okay.
Like, oh crap, did it work?
I don't remember that. Wow.
It was very short in there, but I just remember being very shocked by it.
And
like she's the type of character to me that should either be like a virgin and like not have any contact with men, or the 180 of like having like a devoted boyfriend in high school and like she thought she was gonna get married to him and it was gonna be high school sweethearts. Like one of those two, not what she was.
Right.
It is realistic in a sense though, because there are girls out there who deal with grief and they think that's the solution. So it is realistic in a sense. Like I don't think it fits her character all that well. You're right. Yeah.
It just kind of threw me. I remember when I read it, I was kind of like, interesting. Like, I don't know. But, you know, I liked Annie, but she almost, like you said, when she was 12, I think it was almost like she was stuck. And that was like the whole point of her story was like, she couldn't get past. Like she was waiting for the right guy, waiting to move out of the house, waiting for the right job. Like she just couldn't. Like
you can't just wait. You have to go get those things, right?
Yeah, and like with her parents gone or her mom dying, I feel like she is still 12 because that's when her mom died when she was like 10 or 12, right? So maybe I don't know if that was purposeful, but you know, it definitely the whole like moving out and stuff like that. I think.
Totally.
I mean, it made sense. It's just I was glad by the end she was like, okay, like I can't stay here forever.
Yeah. I think that this book is realistic, but it's like the idealized realistic, you know? Like it's like watching a rom-com. Like that's not actually what happens in real life. You don't have a montage to get over stuff, but it's just like it's what we all want and it's like there's a hope that it could be real.
Yep.
You know?
I remember what I forgot earlier. So there's a point in here that I think is so valid. So I forget the director's name, the guy she's the assistant to. But he's in like a mixed, his wife is a different race than him. And like he's making this movie because most rom-coms are predominantly just white couples. That are
but there wasn't enough of that in this.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like I didn't realize that the girl that the lead girl in here was supposed to be a POC and I was like, wait.
I didn't see that either. So I was like, wait, is this girl
because it's not even like she had like a name even to like push you to think of her as like a non-white person. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of insensitive of me to say, but you know what I mean, right? Like if you're gonna push it to that extent, make it clear.
It was a little interesting because like I love the idea of making more rom-coms. Obviously, we all need more diversity in everything.
Yes.
But it was interesting because all the main characters though in the book
were white.
They were, you know, obviously like her, Annie, Nick, you know, Barry, and the other guy. I don't think
they were all white.
So that was just interesting. I'm like,
were they actually all white?
I don't know.
Was there no differentiation between like there was nothing that the author put into like?
That's true.
Exactly. Either like
because like Barry could have not been. He could have been another ethnicity, but we don't know.
We didn't really get. To be honest, like I don't really remember what any of these characters look like. That's the one.
That's true, except for Drew. He had abs.
Yes, that's the one issue that I have with books sometimes and on writing, reading things is that I want more description about their physical attributes so I can picture them better in my mind.
That's true.
Like,
but then some people go too far with that, I think. Like, just because my brain is so stuck in Harry Potter right now because I'm rereading it, but there's just like the whole controversy between like when the Cursed Child went to Broadway and they cast a black character for Hermione, and just the fact that everyone's like Hermione's supposed to be white, and I'm just like,
oh my gosh,
they never actually say that in this entire thing. And then there's a part in Prisoner of Azkaban, where Harry sees them sees Ron and Hermione after the summer, and Hermione's described as being very brown, and I'm like, she could be mixed, she could be black. You don't know. Like J.K. Rowling never ever puts skin color on people, right? Which is really nice because then it's like you can picture people as different things.
Yeah.
But it's also like you do need it a little bit because then you have those people that are like, is she supposed to be white? And I'm like,
To me, it's also like it's like you said, it needs to be in the middle because it's like I don't want a blob just like floating around. Like, and I'm like,
give me framework.
Or something, or even like you don't even have to tell me like what color their eyes are, but like, do they have expressive eyes? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. But also I think sometimes they do that so you picture your own things in your mind.
But that's why you need a little bit of framework because if you have like a description of a guy or something in here like this, where it's just like, or even Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, he's described as being tall, dark, and mysterious, basically, right? And I'm like, okay, like anybody else, like he could literally be anybody. He could be Colin Firth. He could be Jason Momoa. Like he could be either. Like,
oh my god!
Oh my god! I can't get that out of my brain.
New Darcy movie. Yes.
Now I'm picturing Jason Momoa wearing like pantaloons.
Oh my god, we need this. Oh, we need this.
Oh my gosh, I love Jason Momoa, but I'm just not sure how right. I mean, very true. You know, and women for centuries or men have been putting their own Mr. Darcy in their head. You know,
it's true, and I mean, like, yeah, you got to read it in the context of the time. Like, obviously, he wouldn't be a person of color because it's from the Victorian era, but like, tall, dark, and mysterious.
If you made it modern,
yeah. It's like that YA book, Pride, the retelling.
Yes.
Iggy Zoboy.
I've been wanting to read that.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them. There's one that actually came out. It's called Pride and Prejudice and Recipes.
Recipes. Ooh.
I have it saved. But it's like, it's a kind of a gender bent Pride and Prejudice a little bit too. And it's like a Latin, I do believe. I might be completely wrong, but it sounded really cool.
I'm always down for any kind of Jane Austen retelling.
Oh, same.
Me too. I'm so tired.
Is there anything else on there we wanted to chat about?
Let me pull up my thing again. Hold on.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, we gotta talk about our next.
We didn't even say any of our least favorite scenes. That's intriguing to me.
I can't think of anything that was like bad. There was always some cringy scenes, but it made it funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Barry scene, obviously.
Oh, that was a favorite, man. I had secondhand embarrassment for that.
Oh my god, yeah. But like not even, it was just like I just secondhand was like, oh, like it's not even embarrassment because I read Sophie Kinsella's I Got Your Number, and that like entire book is secondhand embarrassment because you can just see her digging herself into a bigger hole. And I'm like, girl, explain yourself. Like you can dig yourself out of the hole right now, but explaining yourself. But like, yeah, Barry.
I can't think of a specific scene that was like a least favorite scene, but I'd say the only thing I didn't like, one of the things I didn't love was when Annie would keep saying how she's like, I really like him, but I can't be with him. I really like him, but I can't be with him.
Yeah.
Like towards the middle, like, cause she first hated him, right? Or hated. She didn't really hate him, but she just liked him.
He was a party boy.
Yeah.
Right? And like last for like 2 seconds.
Right. He's a womanizer, which he's not, but you know what I mean?
He hangs out with his grandpa. Like, geez.
But yeah, that was one of my, I just didn't love that because I'm kind of like, why are you going back and forth? Like, pick one. Or say, hey, I really like him, but I can't be with him because of this. You know, that's more realistic. I don't know.
I found like the parts when like Annie and Carter and Drew were all together on set or whatever. I was like, oh, all of them together.
That's true.
Like,
I could just see that in like movie form in my head, and I was like, oh, the tension.
Yeah.
The 3 men or the 2 men, and then Barry comes in and wrecks the day. Like,
I'm just not one for like love triangles or like two
Yeah.
men. Like
Square. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I was a square.
It was great.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to think of a scene that I didn't like, and I didn't particularly like when Drew showed up at her house and played D&D with the guys.
Mhm.
And she was in the kitchen, like her attitude in that entire scene. I was like, Annie, come on, man.
Mhm.
Like, look at him. He's being so nice.
He's
yeah,
just like a cute little puppy. Like, come on now. Like, he's trying. Come on, Annie.
I loved in that scene though that she came downstairs in her pizza slut shirt.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, that pizza slut shirt was like.
We need to get those shirts.
I know. I'm gonna do some Googling. See if that's
if they don't have them, I'll literally make one and order some.
you should. Etsy it up.
Yes.
You can do anything off Etsy.
That is very true. This was the book, by the way, Pride and Prejudice and Other Flavors.
Oh yeah. I actually almost read that the other day. I got it from the library, but when you have a library book and then it becomes due and you kind of have to return it.
Yeah,
that happened to me. So
it wasn't Latin. I'm sorry, it's an Indian family.
Indian. I've read Sonali Dev's other book though. Oh gosh, what is it called? The Bollywood Affair, I think it was called, and that was really.
The Bollywood Affair, The Bollywood Bride, and A Change of Heart. They're all in the same
The
series.
Bollywood Affair was really, really good. So I highly recommend that book, but I haven't read that one.
Actually, that might be fun to talk about. Do you guys have any recommendations for romance books?
1 second, Jen. What was that book called?
Pride and Prejudice and Other Flavors.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I mean, I feel like there's so many recommendations. I will say, I was just thinking earlier though, like rom-coms, I feel like I have a harder time finding true rom-coms that I actually really like.
Yeah.
I find more either drama, more like serious romancy books that I like, or ones that have like a slight funny. Oh, this was something too. I think I mentioned before was like, how do you know if it's a rom-com? Like, because there are funny books, but is it a but they're more serious in nature. So I've seen this like talked about before where it's like, if it has a serious like subplot to it, is it still considered a rom-com if there's very funny scenes?
Actually, I was thinking about this when I picked up the flat share from Intro, because that's the bookstore up here in Canada, but it wasn't shelved in the romance part of the store. It was shelved in the fiction part of the store. And I was so confused by this because I was like, I thought it was supposed to be a rom-com. What? And they did the same thing with Our Stop by Laura Jane Williams. And I was like, why is this in the fiction part? This is supposed to be in the romance part. What? But then I read the flat share and I was like, oh, this is actually like, it hits that rom-com vein because it's got like the weird premise of like sharing an apartment, sharing a bed, and then like falling in love. But it deals with so much real issues.
I loved that book.
Oh, the book made me like, it's one of my favorite books that I've read this year. That one and Red, White, and Royal Blue are my two favorite
I'm finally number 1 at the library on Red, White, and Royal Blue. So I think I'm gonna get it this week, hopefully, as long as whoever has it needs to freaking return it. So I
still haven't finished.
It's so good.
I saw your video. I was like, pick it back up.
It's not calling to me. It's been like a month, and I don't like political jargon like at all. It goes over my head.
There's a bit of political jargon, but it's like it's the kind of political jargon that's like understandable. Like I understand. I'm not American, so like
it's so boring. I've taken so many government classes where I'm like,
it's not boring though, because it's like high stakes, like the political elections coming up, and it's a world.
I like that kind of stuff. See, I like love that.
It's a world where like we had the female president, and it's a better world, and it's great. It's a good time. I'm
very excited to read it. I will report back next month.
Please. I just want to rant about people.
But yeah, so as far as like the rom-com thing though, I saw an author, and I can't remember who it was now, but somebody was talking about it, and they said what I thought was a valid point in their opinion, which was like, to them, for it to be a romantic comedy, like their comedy and their romance needed to be like equal, and they also needed to be like the main thing rather than like a drama type plot. so like I think it might have been R.S. Gray actually, because her books to me are rom-coms, but and that's what she's kind of like known for, but some of them definitely read more as, what do they call them, like dramedies, like drama comedies, like I don't even know if that's a word, but I've heard it. I don't know, because some of them definitely have like more serious tones to them than others. Because
like,
to me, I don't know. Because like this was so much fluffier too.
yeah,
Like to me,
literally, this
like,
is the most rom-com.
Yeah, and that's not like a bad word. Like fluffy to me isn't bad.
Ew.
It's just
if you're looking for fluffy, right?
So yeah,
I actually don't think I've like read like a fluffy romance before this. I'm more of the I gravitate more towards the serious or more drama filled ones, and even like I'm really into paranormal romance, so I'm more into that.
Yeah, I think you and I have pretty similar reading tastes, Avery, and I think neither one of us read like too many like rom-coms, but I want to.
Those are very rare in my opinion. You know,
they are
rare good ones.
I was just looking through my Goodreads to see if there are any other like rom-coms that I would like recommend. Yeah. But as far as a like book to recommend, one coming out on Tuesday, the 3rd of September, was Bringing Down the Duke. It's historical romance. This is the picture. I don't know if you can like. So you can't. Why is it so bright? But it's so I can't see it. But it's really cute cover. It's historical romance, but one of these months I'm gonna get us to read historical. Like just prepare yourself.
That is a cute cover.
Right? I freaking love it.
Wait, I have a few romances, Jen, that I think you'd like. Let me go grab them from my shelf real fast.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, for a conversation just a few seconds ago with the rom-com versus just romance. I think actually, if you think about it, like the Christina Lauren books, you have like on one end the Unhoneymooners, which was funny as hell and really entertaining.
Yes.
And then that I would consider a rom-com. And then you have Love and Other Words.
Not a rom-com to me.
Not. It is serious, right? Like I haven't read it, but I know it's more serious.
Or so, like, very good point.
Romance, right? Like
or like I'm trying to think.
Okay, I have three. This is my favorite paranormal romance.
Yes, I second that. Radiant.
Beautiful by Renee Attier on your list, Avery.
What?
Do you have The Beautiful by Renee Attier on your list?
On my want to read list.
I just added it to mine because you said something.
It's vampires and it's romance. So like paranormal romance is right there.
No, I'm very excited for it. I'm reading a paranormal romance right now, so about vampires. So like I'm in the vampire mood. Another one.
I haven't been in a vampire mood in a long time because like I want vampires like Dracula vampires. And I think that like the Twilight vampires I'm so not okay with, but I think The Beautiful is more Twilight vampires than Dracula vampires.
What do you mean by Dracula vampires?
Like I want scary
bad vampires that people like love.
You should try the Black Dagger Brothers.
That's what I'm reading.
Yeah, because to me that's somewhere in the middle. They're not bad, but they're like badass. Like that makes sense. Like I feel like they could kick Edward's ass. Like I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Like every single vampire man is yes. That's the first book. Every single vampire man is literally the size of Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah.
I've only read the first 2 or 3 in that series, but they were really good.
I think I'm on book 6. They're all on the Audible romance.
I love when you commit to a series. You're like, I am all in.
Girl, yes, I'm obsessed. Like, girl. Because it's urban fantasy, so it's like takes place in the real world.
Yeah.
And so each book is about a couple, but it's told in third person. So you basically get the perspective of everybody throughout the whole series, so it grows. So you learn about everybody from each book.
Okay.
Hold on.
Another book. Have you read this one yet?
I have not.
I think you'd really love it, Jen.
I've heard of it. Is that the one with the autism rep? Is that author?
No, that's the Kiss Quotient.
Right.
Yeah.
Same color cover. That's why.
Yes. This is the hating game. This is Hate to Love Office Romance.
Oh,
Really good.
how have I
Really,
not read that one
really
already?
good.
Girl, girl.
I think you would like it.
Hate to Love is like,
Yes. They like no, and it's real hate to love. Like it's not like, oh, like I hate you for maybe like 5% of the book. No, they legit hate each other. So
That
like
book is so good.
you need to. I think you would love this, Jen.
I do. Because it's funny too. It's really funny as well. It has a good amount of humor.
Yes, and then another one, last one.
Yeah. I really love that I'm like half responsible for you reading these.
Yes, you are. This is a royalty romance, Jen.
yes. How have you not read Red, White, and Royal Blue?
Right. Okay.
I love like Alex and Henry. I'm just like it's I think it's the political thing that's like putting me off.
It's like the romance is perfect, okay?
It's okay. You'll get in a mood in like a couple months and pick it back.
I want to finish it. I want to read it. It's not that I don't want to. It's just like I'm like more interested in like Tessa Dare books right now where like
mood reading is a thing. I'm a mood reader too. But yeah, that series by Emma Chase is so good and it's really, really funny.
The second book is the best book because the prince in that book, there are different couples in each book. The second book is about this person's brother, who's a prince as well, and he basically signs up for Bachelor Royal Edition. And he ends up falling for one of the contestants' sisters. Like none of the contestants, he ends up falling for one of their sisters. And she is literally like me to a T. So like that's why I love it. So
I really want to reread them because I love them.
Because I originally listened to all of them, so I had to buy physical copies. That's how much I loved them. So
okay, so I picked up two to recommend to either whoever wants them. So, all right. So first of all, if you want a marriage of convenience, I've been telling everybody to go read this book.
I just added
which is Work in Progress by Stacey Hart. First of all, I love this cover. And it's really cute. Like really, it's the second in a series, but they're like standalones in a series. You really don't have to read. I think it actually is the third in the series, but really, really cute. Thomas Baines, this guy is an author, and she is a like reading blogger. Like she blogs about books, and she's super, super shy. She has really bad anxiety with like dating and stuff like that. And I'm just like, hello. But she, right? Everybody raise your hand.
I was gonna say we should better read that one, but you already read that one actually.
I have, but I would read it again if you want me to.
Stacey, what's her last name?
It's this one?
Yeah.
Stacey Hart.
Right.
Hart, yeah. Anyway, so she ends up like needing to help him with his book because she originally hates it. And he's like, well, if you hate it, like tell me how it's better.
Right.
Or I'm gonna make it better. And through turn of events, there is a marriage of convenience, and it's super freaking cute. Super cute. I loved it so much. And then the other one is this one, which is the Austen Playbook by Lucy Parker.
You with Jane Austen?
Yeah. So all the Lucy Parker books are friggin' fantastic, like really, really good. But this one has to do because they're doing a play that is like a take on. It's like a live play of like a spin-off of Jane Austen. And it's Hate to Love. It's set in London, and with like this London stage scene. He's like a theater critic, and she is an actress, but like a really quirky one. And so it was really cute. Hate to Love. It has to do with Jane Austen. Oh, there's like a house party scene because like they all have to stay at this giant house party. It has like all the tropes, but done really well.
I want to add that one then.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like I just had one of my best friends read the first one in this, which is Act Like It. And that one's fantastic as well. But this one just came out. And I think if you like Jane Austen and Hate to Love, maybe go for this one.
And it's not a series that you have to read?
I don't think so. Basically, it's like each book's about a couple, and you do see some of the couples pop up. So you may be slightly spoiled on like who from the first book are together.
That's number 4.
Okay. Yeah, it's number 4. So if you don't like that, then pick up.
One added.
then pick up Act Like It, because Act Like It is really good hate to love as well, and it still has to do with the London theater scene. And I think I still gave that one 5 stars as well. So
I just like the fact that the guy on the cover of the Austen one looks like Zac Efron.
yeah, me too. And I think this is supposed to be like a Slytherin Hufflepuff love story. I think.
Oh,
I think that's
I'm
how
in.
the author, how the author sold it, and I can totally see where they're coming from. She's totally bubbly and like very friendly.
I'm in.
And, like
I love that Hufflepuffs are like, they're never together with another Hufflepuff. They're always with a Slytherin or a Gryffindor because they have to like mellow out the other person.
Yeah.
They're like, listen,
I love
you're
it.
too much.
All right, what are our houses? Do you guys know what your house is? What's yours,
Hufflepuff.
Jen? Hufflepuff. What is yours, Jen? Or
Hufflepuff.
Avery?
I'm Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I'm Ravenclaw too.
I mean, I've been in enough of my vlogs with my Hufflepuff sweaters. So like, I used to be a Ravenclaw. I'm actually like a more Ravenclaw than anything else.
Yeah.
Besides Hufflepuff. Like Hufflepuff is my house, but like if my secondary house is Ravenclaw. So
I think
I say I'm a lot of Slytherin, but like no matter how many times I take the test, Slytherin is my lowest amount. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I feel like I should take it again though, because I took it like a while ago, like when it first was like you could do the like Pottermore one.
I'm terrified to retake the Pottermore one because I've taken it twice now, and the first time I got it when I was younger, when it first came out, was Ravenclaw, and the second time I got it was Hufflepuff, and that I identify more with. But I'm terrified to take it again because I've taken a lot of like the BuzzFeed ones and just the ones that are on the internet, and it's always back and forth between Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. I'm like, I don't want to change again. I've bought too much merch.
So much merchandise.
Too much merch. I have a Ravenclaw sweater. Like I bought a sweater at the park, but like
I actually thought I would be Hufflepuff. Like when I took it, I thought that I would be, but
yeah, I thought I would either be Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw.
I made my mom take it, and I was like, 10 out of 10, she's gonna be a Gryffindor or like a Slytherin. Like just watch. She's a Hufflepuff, and I like literally was sitting there for 10 minutes. I was like, huh?
It's so funny because like obviously I have no problem if someone's Slytherin, like whatever.
No,
but I just have a really hard time identifying with like how do people, because the qualities of one I just don't think I would get. Like I don't think it's just not me.
The ambition part of it I can get.
Yeah,
that's like the only thing.
That's
is
true.
ambition for sure, because I'm just like, also I'm just like really cynical.
Okay, see, I'm not, and so that's why I'm like, there's no way I could get that. Like, I really don't think I could.
I am the meanest, most cynical Hufflepuff you will ever meet. But then again, I'm like the most Hufflepuff you'll ever meet because like my friend like looked at me one day and she's like, "You need to chill on the Hufflepuffness," and I'm like, "I'm sorry."
That's cute.
Anyways,
okay, should we announce our book?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's the name of it?
Oh, got it. Hold on. Oh, you got it.
I got it.
Okay.
Is it in frame?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Cold-Hearted Boss by R.S. Gray.
It is a book that you cannot buy in stores.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I figured it would be.
Oh no, it's fine. I want like the hard.
I know you can buy it off Amazon, but they're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
I know.
I was going to, and then I was like,
yeah. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a self-published book, though.
Yeah.
I love indie authors for romance, and I think she's one of the best ones out there. I have not read Cold-Hearted Boss, but I've read, I think, every other book she's published. So
I'm excited.
So many people have recommended R.S. Gray to me, and this is my first time, so I'm really excited.
I'm almost like nervous though because I love so many of them. I'm gonna feel bad if you guys don't like it,
or if we get the one bad one.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just ready for all the sex scenes.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm like, I hope they're in there. They usually are. I
have a feeling it will be.
Yeah, ready to get Jen into the sexy times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only bought 2 books on Kindle so far, like on my own Kindle. Like when I was younger, I had a Kindle, but it was attached to my dad's like account. So I would just buy stuff off of his all the time. And then like now this is my own Amazon account, whatever. And I've bought only 2 and both of them are self-published and I had no idea.
Yay!
There's so many. I love how Kindle can do that.
I think that's when I first got my Kindle, I was in college. So it was like, what, 6? I don't even know. More than that, 6 years ago, I guess. When I was like 22 or 23. And I just discovered so many new authors, especially romance, because
Mhm.
of the Kindle. I didn't even know self-published was a thing back then. And I think it's really cool because there's so many more books you didn't even know existed. And they're typically pretty cheap on Kindle. Like it does
Yeah,
things you
like
can't get.
$5
Yeah,
roughly.
like I think hers are between like 3 and 5 usually. So,
Mhm.
They
um,
have all. She has all of them on the Audible romance package too.
and they're all in Kindle Unlimited too. So,
So, okay,
Cool,
y'all. So
cool.
my laptop is at 13%.
the stress. We
So
can wrap it
That's
up.
fine.
Wrap it up.
Do we have any final thoughts for Waiting for Tom Hanks?
I really loved it. Enjoyed my time reading it.
I feel like I need the book now. Hold on. No, I thought it was really cute. It was a very lighthearted, very like just fun read, you know?
Yes.
Like I say, I would recommend this book, but don't expect it to be like some serious,
Mm-hmm.
like
Groundbreaking.
yeah. Like
You're
if you're
like,
here for a fun little good time,
oh yeah.
Low anxiety, low stress,
yes.
you know?
Yes.
No nail biting really is involved.
No.
You're all good.
You want no sex, you want entertainment, you want to basically read a rom-com. Waiting for Tom Hanks is your thing.
Yes. I'm actually gonna, I think, I think since I write notes for these books and like I like think more about the books that we read, I think I might just do a review for every book that we do.
You
I
should.
saw your review for Meet Cute and I was like, yes.
Yeah, I did too. Awesome. All right.
I just basically like in every video I'm like, just go see our live stream, and I'm like, I tag it down below because I don't want to talk about this again.
Yes.
I know.
Make cute. I'm like, I've talked about it a bajillion times.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Okay.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yes, enjoy.
Okay. I'm gonna end it.
Bye.